A horrifying murder of a 16-year-old boy on Christmas. Who and why would so cruelly take the life of a future sailor? Don't miss out. The psychics will expose the ruthless culprits. You are watching Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate intricate criminal cases and enigmatic mystical anomalies. This is Angela. She works as a shop assistant. Her son, Vlad, was brutally murdered on Christmas Eve 2 years ago.
It still seems to me that he'll come back soon. I still can't comprehend it. I can't come to terms with it.
This is a video of 16-year-old Vlad taking an oath. The boy is happy. His dream has just come true. He was admitted to the National Maritime University.
This is his student ID. The National University.
He said he really wanted to go to sea and visit different countries.
A healthy, handsome boy, 16 years old, just at the prime of life, the life that was just beginning.
Back then, the mother couldn't have imagined that in just a year, her son, smiling and happy, would remain that way only in the video.
At 10 p.m., the police department received a call reporting that the body of a young man had been found in a courtyard of a residential building. It turned out to be Vlad.
A smashed head, broken arms and legs, a body covered in bruises. About 10 stab wounds. Judging by the injuries, the boy was tortured, and the torture lasted for quite some time.
The cause of Vlad's death was an open, traumatic brain injury.
On the day of the murder, Vlad and his sister, Yulia, took kutya, a traditional Ukrainian Christmas dish, to their grandmother. On the way, they stopped by the store where their mother worked.
I gave them a cake, and they went to their grandmother's.
They brought me dinner, and we sat in this room.
When we sat at the table, someone started calling him. He kept going into the other room to talk.
At 6 p.m., Vlad's younger sister, Yulia, returned home alone. The girl claims that after someone phoned her brother, he said he had a meeting, but never specified where and with whom.
I said I could go with him, but he refused. Then he went, promising to be back soon.
I blame myself for not asking him where he was going.
Why did he go there? I can't understand it.
The place where Vlad was found dead is 2 kilometers away from his home. According to his relatives, he had never been there before. None of his possessions were stolen. The motive for the murder remains unknown.
The police aren't even trying. They simply don't wish to work.
This is our local police. They even refuse to speak to me.
Clairvoyant Janna Shulakova takes on the case.
When I held Vlad's photo in my hands, I had a vision. It was as if the young man were arranging a meeting shortly before his death. And it was this meeting that sealed his fate.
Janna's husband, psychic Serhiy Kolesnichenko, will be helping her investigate the horrifying murder.
Vlad's spirit is here. He's standing over there and, seems to be shouting, "How could he do this to me?" I trusted him. I looked up to him. That's it. The spirit left.
Vlad's mother and grandmother are eagerly awaiting the psychic's arrival. Vlad's friends also came to learn the truth about his death.
He was like a brother to me. I still can't believe it. I'm looking for answers. I'm wondering how it all happened.
Hello.
Help us, please.
Let's go inside.
A modest one-room apartment in a communal building. Angela and her 2 children, Vlad and his younger sister, Yulia, shared this tiny space.
This is his bed. This is his photo.
He was very upset that his family wasn't complete. I assume his father is dead, isn't he?
Yes.
8 years ago, Angela's husband, Vitaly, died of tuberculosis. The woman stayed alone with 2 children. Yulia was 6 years old then, and Vlad was 8. Tuberculosis is a treatable disease, but in Vitaly's case, doctors discovered it too late. Unfortunately, they couldn't save him. Vitaly died young. He was only 35.
He loved Vlad very much. He doted on him since he was little.
The father died, and their mother worked hard to support them.
They were in very difficult financial situations.
The woman worked in a store as a salesperson, cleaner and loader. Seeing how hard it was for his mother, Vlad wanted to grow up as soon as possible to take care of her and his sister.
He dreamed of becoming a sailor since he was little. He said that when he returned from a voyage with money, he would open his own store.
He felt it was his duty to be the man of the family.
We went to our country house. I said, "Vlad, I need to transplant some trees." He did it himself, saying, "What's a man supposed to do? Plant a tree, build a house, and raise a child." He planted those 3 trees. But poor thing, he never had a chance to build a house or get married.
It's as if he participated in a no-rules fight, as if he were beaten, cut, torn, strangled. I don't know. It feels like even dogs bit him, you know?
They cut him. They tortured him so badly.
Why such torment for my son on such a big holiday? For what sins?
He was harmless. Whatever the situation, he would always do his best to resolve a conflict peacefully.
But who are the people who did this? Why did they torture Vlad so cruelly?
I heard Vlad's voice. He told me, "She saw everything. She's covering for them." Thus, I knew that several people were involved in Vlad's murder. At least 2. And there was also a woman. They might have been demanding something from him, something material.
I sense that he's ashamed of lying about something.
Yes, I know what you mean. When he was 16, he really wanted a motorbike. I told him, "Vlad, dear, please no. It's too dangerous. I don't want it." He lied to me, but he eventually told the truth.
Serhi, he bought the motorbike anyway.
He made money. He did side jobs as a hand at construction sites.
Vlad bought a used motorbike secretly from his mother and grandmother. But could the vehicle be somehow connected to his death?
Why do I see 2 owners of the same thing?
Because he didn't have a chance to re-register the motorbike.
The motorbike brought him plenty of problems.
Vlad met with his former classmates. He told them about his purchase, and they decided to scam him. They claimed the motorbike had been stolen from their friends. They started making claims, saying it would be taken away from him anyway.
But what does it have to do with the murder?
I had the feeling that he was lured to the meeting under some pretext, or he simply had no choice. He was forced to come. It seems they made him come and then detained him and kept demanding something.
So, was it his classmates who called Vlad on his mobile? Were they the ones who cruelly tortured and then killed him?
We found out that Vlad's conflict with his former classmates occurred a few weeks before his murder. At that time, his older friend, 19-year-old Tolik, stood up for him.
Vlad was sure that Tolik would help him resolve the issue. Vlad told him that he was being blackmailed, and that the guys were trying to take the motorbike away from him, claiming it was stolen. He asked him to help. Tolik agreed. He said he would do it, no problem.
Tolik is older, and he's also into sports, so the underage blackmailers were simply afraid to mess with him.
They got scared and left him alone.
After Tolik's phone call, Vlad's classmates no longer bothered him. But then, who called him on the day of his death? Who did he go to meet?
The place where he was found will give us the information we need.
He came here on foot. Nobody brought him here. But he was indeed being threatened. The boy's head was literally smashed. That can only happen if you strike with something heavy.
There was a baseball bat near him. When the police arrived, they found the bat, all covered in blood.
The forensics revealed that the blood on the bat's striking surface was indeed Vlad's.
Does this mean Vlad was actually beaten to death with a baseball bat?
Hey, Serhiy. Serhiy, the boy lies in a weird pose.
It feels like someone pushed him. Like he fell from a height. And the height he fell from was 5 or 6 floors, the middle of the building.
This is simply unimaginable. So, was Vlad killed in one of these apartments? But why? And who did he come to visit here?
I'll be right back. Interesting. It turns out he came to a stranger's apartment. He literally came just to talk, to discuss something. He wasn't going to stay long.
Our detective took Vlad's photo and went door to door in almost every apartment in the building, hoping someone had seen the boy on the evening of his death and knew who he had visited.
One woman recalled seeing Vlad last Christmas. He climbed the stairs and stopped on the 6th floor.
There are 3 apartments on the 6th floor. Unfortunately, the woman didn't know which one the boy knocked on.
2 of the apartments are occupied by elderly women living alone. The 3rd was home to a 27-year-old man named Andrii. Most likely, Vlad went to see him, though his friends claim he didn't know the man. As we found out, the apartment Vlad visited on the day of his death is now rented by other people.
There was some sort of party with heavy drinking in the apartment.
How many people were there?
Just 2 of them, but there's someone who knows exactly what happened in the apartment.
I see a woman. She's older.
And then I remembered the vision I had in the morning. Vlad's spirit mentioned a woman who knew everything and was covering for them. I had a vision of a small, short, dark-haired woman. She was holding her hands in front of her face. I noticed a silvery ring on her finger.
I know what you're talking about.
Vlad's mother and grandmother recognized the clairvoyant's description and said it was a shop assistant from a local store.
Shall we go see her?
As far as I understand, that's where she lives.
It's over here.
What's her name?
Olena.
The 2nd floor. Let's go. Excuse me, ma'am. We're looking for Olena.
Is she your neighbor?
She's short and works at a store.
It's over there. You go there.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Get over here.
Katerina lunged at the woman with her fists, trying to force the truth out of her.
Where is that bitch? I'll kill you.
Stop fighting.
I'll crush you, you scoundrel. I'll kill you. What did you do to my grandson?
Vlad's grandmother lost control. All these months since the tragedy, she has dreamed of only one thing: to find and punish the murderer or murderers of her grandson. And this woman knows something, but refuses to speak.
He was my first grandson, my favorite. I don't want to live. I wish I were lying there instead of him.
We didn't expect such a strong reaction from their meeting, but I knew for sure that it was the woman I'd seen in my vision. She knew who the killers were, but was covering for them for some reason.
Under Katerina's pressure, the woman admits that she was indeed in that ill-fated apartment on the night of Vlad's death.
The owner of the apartment opened the door.
Apart from Vlad, there was also her son there, and she came to take him home.
I stood a little further away. Vlad was sitting on an ottoman. They said, "Everything's fine. It was just a small scuffle. My son's hand was injured, and Vlad had a bruise under his eye. There was blood on the floor."
It turned out that Olena's son is the same Tolik who helped Vlad when his classmates were blackmailing him, and whom he trusted above all.
Vlad's spirit is shouting, "How could he do this to me? I trusted him."
Vlad always looked up to him. Tolik could solve any problem.
And then I had another vision. A young man with a knife in his hand. And there's a drawing on his chest, either a dog or a wolf. This tattoo is on Vlad's killer.
We verified the information Zhana Shulikova sensed. We spoke to Tolik's friends. The guys showed us a photo from the beach. Tolik indeed has a tattoo of a wolf's head on his chest.
So, could Vlad's friend really be responsible for his death? Tolik's mother claims there was some minor conflict between the boys. However, she didn't see what happened next.
As a mother, why didn't you save my son? Why didn't you take him away from there?
I couldn't.
You knew my son well. He used to come to your store, but when you came and saw that my son, a normal guy who didn't drink or smoke, was beaten and cut, what was your reaction?
I dashed to the pharmacy.
The woman claims she went to get bandages and hydrogen peroxide to clean the boy's wounds, but when she returned, Vlad was already lying dead on the asphalt.
I came back about 5 minutes later, but Vlad was gone. He jumped himself.
Stop lying.
I'm telling the truth.
How could he even stand with his legs wounded? The knife was 12 centimeters long.
His kidneys were pierced and his head was bloodied. How could he jump? Tell me.
I don't know how it happened.
It seems Olena understands that her son faces prison, and so she's trying to justify him.
How are you still alive? If I did something like that, I'd kill myself immediately.
Vlad's mother is barely holding back tears. She doesn't understand why her son was so cruelly tortured and then killed.
Why did he go there?
I felt that he'd been forced to come to the meeting. He'd been lured with bait. There's some hidden secret in this entire tragedy. The boy wasn't killed for no reason.
I suggest we go to the cemetery where your son is buried.
I don't feel well at all. I'll go home to wait for my daughter there.
Why did they have to kill him so brutally? Was it some kind of ritual?
Not a ritual. They just wanted to make money off the boy. I saw blows to the boy's body and heard a voice shouting, "Money! Give it now! Bring the money! Bring it now!"
No one understands what money is being referred to. After all, Vlad was just an ordinary student from a low-income family.
We asked Vlad's friends and acquaintances to find out if he could have had money that would make criminals want to take it. His friends insist that Vlad didn't have any money.
The motive for the murder was clearly money. But I couldn't understand whether it was a debt or something else. And then I remembered the motorbike. Why do I see two owners of the same thing?
Because he didn't have a chance to re-register the motorbike.
It turned out that when Vlad bought the scooter, he was still underage, so he asked Tolik to temporarily register it in his name. But when Vlad finally got his passport and wanted to re-register the motorbike, Tolik started avoiding him, coming up with excuses not to do it.
He was deeply mistaken about Tolik. He trusted him, thinking he was a friend who would help him with the scooter. And you can see the outcome, unfortunately.
It can be assumed that Tolik lured Vlad to his acquaintance's apartment under the pretext of returning the registration documents to the motorbike. That's why Vlad agreed to come.
He checked the address he was given. The most interesting thing is that as soon as he entered, they immediately started pressuring him, making demands, looking for a reason to force him to give money.
One of Vlad's friends admitted that on the night of the murder, Vlad called him asking for help.
It turned out that around 8 p.m., Vlad phoned his friend and said he urgently needed 1,000 US dollars. However, he didn't name the address where the money should be brought.
I got a call. I picked up the phone and heard it was Vlad asking for money, $1,000. I said, well, wait, where am I supposed to get it? I'm a student, you see, and I need to ask my parents. I said, well, tell me where to come. But the call ended abruptly.
Vlad had no chance to explain to his friend where he was or what was going on.
Vlad tried to talk to Tolik and explain that he didn't have the money. But Tolik wasn't listening anymore because alcohol, greed, and a sense of superiority had taken over him.
Besides, there was the apartment owner there, an older, cruel man. I'm sure he had been behind bars before. He was no stranger to tormenting people.
It turns out that the former apartment owner, 27-year-old Andrii, had indeed been previously convicted and served a short prison sentence.
I see he was dragged out onto the balcony. It seems like they pushed him. They led him and put him on the parapet, on some kind of stool. He was all limp, and they simply pushed him down.
He was unconscious, right?
Yes.
It's all hard to even imagine. The friend Vlad trusted most mercilessly and cynically killed him. The one he considered his friend first beat and cut him with a knife, and then threw him off the balcony like garbage. Such cruelty is absolutely shocking.
As we learned after the psychic's investigation, the police detained 2 men on suspicion of Vlad's murder.
A shocking investigation. A young beauty predicted her own death and is now trying to warn her cousin of the impending doom from the other side. Don't miss out. Will the psychics be able to stop the murderous force? This is Alina Kobyzyuk. She is from Ukraine. Alina has just finished school and entered a military academy. She asked the psychics for help because she is convinced she will die soon, of which her deceased second cousin warned her in a dream.
I got very scared. I'm afraid to die.
This is the last photo where Alina is with her cousin, whose name was also Alina.
She was Alina, and I am Alina. We were even born in the same month. She was very dear to me.
Alina lives in constant fear because previously her deceased cousin had predicted her own death.
She felt her death.
After the terrible car crash in which Alina died, her grief-stricken mother found her daughter's diary. And what she read there made her blood run cold.
She saw her death. I open my eyes. It's dark, quiet, and eerie. There's a coffin behind me. And who's in it? I smile. I didn't sleep at night. I died at night.
It's unbelievable, but Alina did die at night. The car, which had 2 passengers and a driver, crashed into a tree. Alina's friend was driving. The car was driving in the rightmost lane and suddenly hit a pothole. It veered into the adjacent lane. At that moment, another car crashed into it at full speed, and it was thrown onto the roadside. It hit the tree on the side where Alina was sitting, to the right of the driver.
Nobody else was injured. She was the only victim.
The terrible and bizarre death of the 19-year-old beauty, who was a brilliant medical student and a gentle daughter and sister, shocked everyone.
Alina was the soul of the company. She wrote poems, sang, and danced.
It's hard to recognize Alina's mother as the cheerful woman she used to be. What shocked her most was the fact that Alina had drawn how she would die in her diary. On almost every page, she drew a car and a tree.
And the tree eventually killed her. She knew she would die.
But the most horrifying thing is that now the deceased beauty is warning her younger second cousin about an imminent death. The girl still recalls with terror the first time she saw her ghost.
I just looked up and saw a grayish silhouette passing between the corridors.
And after that, the younger Alina almost died on the road. She and her father were riding bicycles. Suddenly, she felt something shove her and fell onto the roadway, where a car was speeding towards her. Her father pulled her out from under the car's wheels at the very last moment.
I'm afraid it can also happen to me. I really want the psychics to help me. I want it all to end, finally.
Yaroslava Fedorova and an Azerbaijani psychic, Kayal Alekperov, take on the investigation. While working with Alina's photo, I felt that some otherworldly force was hunting her. I decided to ask my djinns, and they told me, behind the girl with the bracelet on her hand, you will find a dead child who knows about death. Ask about the twins and find the killing headscarf.
I see a dead woman over there. The dog sees her too. Her throat is cut. She says, "Save Alina."
From whom?
She vanished.
The next morning, the psychics meet with Alina.
Hello?
Hello? Erica, Alina's and her deceased cousin's friend, is also here to support her.
The threat to you comes from a dead woman. She's avenging some man.
But who is that woman?
Look for her who murdered her family.
I don't understand what it could mean.
Did anything like that ever happen in your family?
We didn't understand who that woman was, or why she'd taken one girl and was hunting the other. And most importantly, how could Alina predict her own death?
An otherworldly force showed her her death.
It was someone's spirit. It's connected with a book. In this book, I see a portrait of a girl with a pendant on her neck, and half of her head is missing.
It could be a drawing in her notebook. Alina drew herself without half of her face, and she had a pendant that we gave her for her birthday.
Alina was wearing the pendant on the night of her death.
I see Alina in a wrecked car. Blood. The right side of her head is gone.
Yes. The right side of her head was completely smashed.
I need to see the diary.
It's at her home.
The friends take the psychics to the place where the deceased Alina's mother lives. It's been less than 40 days since her daughter's death, and the woman still can't eat or sleep at night.
Hello. My name is Helena.
Alina was the only girl among the woman's 4 children. Her eldest son is 21, and he's married and lives separately. Her younger sons are 8 and 4, but Helena says that it was with her daughter that she had the strongest emotional connection.
I can't stop thinking that I didn't kiss and hug her enough.
The diary. Can I work with it?
Yes.
Could you please give me Alina's photo? Thank you. The girl's spirit was nowhere to be found. It was very strange, because until 40 days pass, souls stay near their relatives almost constantly.
If Alina's spirit isn't at home, could we find it at the cemetery? I tuned into that place, but I didn't feel her there either. The spirit only came there once, on the day of her funeral.
She was standing behind you during the funeral.
Yes, yes. And she was holding me by my shoulders.
Please, don't cry.
Helena heard her daughter's voice at the funeral.
Mom, don't cry, she said. And I told her, yes, baby, I won't cry. I would do anything to get my child, my baby daughter, back. My sunshine, my little girl, my soul.
My djinns told me that the answer should be sought in Alina's childhood. I see that you raised her for a long time alone. Did her father leave you?
Yes.
The woman's 2 younger sons are from her second husband, with whom she lives now. Alina and her older brother were born in the first marriage. Why did your first husband leave you?
He said I was too much trouble.
The man was simply scared of the financial difficulties the family faced. Alina sold her apartment, and with that money, the family planned to buy a house. But the seller deceived them with the papers. As a result, the family was left without their apartment and money, and had nowhere to live. And in such difficult circumstances, the man found nothing better to do than just run away.
The fact that I was abandoned is nothing. I just felt sorry for the children.
I was flipping through the pages, and suddenly my hand felt like it was on fire.
Here's Alina sitting. She's fiddling with her bracelets. This is what your djinns told you.
Behind the girl with the bracelet on her hand, you will find a dead child who knows about death. Who's that?
It's her friend Christina. She died.
Alina was 11 and Christina was 12, and she died because of diabetes. The doctors failed to diagnose it in time.
It was the spirit of her friend that showed Alina how she would die. Christina started haunting Alina before her death.
She saw her recently, in the mirror.
Christina not only warned her friend about death, but also tried to show her the dead woman who posed the threat. And I also saw her, holding a black headscarf in her hands.
Quiet.
A curtain in the room stirred by itself.
The spirit of the young woman with the slashed throat stood by the window. She had already asked us to save the younger Alina at the beginning of the investigation.
Does this mean the psychics see two different women? The one Kayal Alekperov sees is holding a black headscarf, and Yaroslava Fedorova sees a completely different woman, the one with her throat cut.
Wait. She's beckoning me somewhere. Not only is her throat cut, but there's no spot on her body that is not injured.
Svetlana.
She was murdered last year. Her husband did it.
Just like the younger Alina, Svetlana was also Alina's niece. These are already two horrific deaths in the family.
Mommy.
It's incredible. The clairvoyant sensed Svetlana's mother among the crowd of people.
And Helena, please don't.
What a horror. Two young women died in the family in less than a year. But is Svetlana's death connected to Alina's death and the danger to her cousin?
Your daughter died after she was stabbed twice.
He kept stabbing her when she was dead.
47 stabs when she was dead.
He mutilated her so badly that we buried her in a closed coffin.
Svetlana married her future murderer a year before the tragedy. The couple lived in harmony. It was a terrible shock to everyone when one fateful evening, Svetlana's husband brutally murdered her.
He did it out of jealousy, but she loved him very much and never even looked at other men. I see her lying dead, and he's lying next to her alive.
The police, called by the neighbors, found Svetlana's husband next to her dead body. The man confessed to committing the terrible crime. However, he could not logically explain why he murdered his wife and then mutilated her body.
The cards showed that Svetlana was doomed to die. Her fate was cut short, just like your daughter's.
Wait. My book seems to say that Svetlana was your daughter.
She was my goddaughter. She was the first child I baptized.
Yes, and this girl is also your goddaughter.
And Alina is my goddaughter too.
So, this is what connects the three young women. They are all Alina's daughters. One of them was her biological daughter, and two others are her goddaughters.
Before God and higher powers, a goddaughter is the same as a biological daughter. Alina's daughters are dying because of a dead woman with a black headscarf in her hands. We need to find Alina's spirit. She will tell us who this woman with the black scarf is. Could we find her spirit at the site of her death?
It's far. We need to drive there.
It's the first time Alina visits the site of her daughter's death.
God, this tree is huge. She drew it like this. My God, my baby girl.
But Alina's spirit isn't coming. She's not here, at the cemetery, or at home. She's somewhere nearby, at a spot that's important to her.
She liked going to the sea just to sit there.
I walked along the shore for over an hour, and at some point I heard crying. Dead Alina was sitting on the rocks, but she wasn't alone. I see your daughter. She's here, holding a baby.
It's a baby girl, and she's dead. Who is it?
I had a miscarriage. I had twins.
Alina's younger son is one of the twins. The other child died in the womb. Horribly. It was a girl, another daughter.
Only girls die, while boys survive.
This looks like some kind of family curse. My book says that a man from the family is involved in this. Alina's spirit is now showing me a headscarf. Find the killing headscarf.
Kayal, what killing headscarf?
Your daughter says, "The woman who caused my death is avenging my father."
Why would she need him?
Your daughter is crying because of her father, because he didn't need her. Alina shared her pain with the sea.
Alina says that her ex-husband simply erased their daughter from his life, but the girl so wanted her father to at least occasionally show interest in her life.
She wanted him just to call and say a few words. You can't imagine how much she loved him.
What's the father's name?
Ole.
We need to talk to Alina's father. We rang the doorbell of Alina's father's apartment several times, but no one answered. When we left the building, we saw the light in his window go out. The man refused to even listen. We can't use Ole to connect with the dead woman with the black headscarf. The only option left is to summon her spirit.
The clairvoyants go to a quiet spot they find nearby to perform the ritual.
I see a woman's silhouette in the flames. She's about 30. She has dark hair. My jinns are telling me that she killed not only your daughters, but almost her entire family. This woman and her family became a sacrifice because she performed a ritual. And that ritual was for the death of Alina's daughters. All this because of a man who bleeds at night.
It turned out that Alina's father saw himself covered in blood in a dream just before his daughter's death. He told his ex-wife about it at their daughter's funeral.
He had a dream that blood was gushing from his vein like a fountain.
It was a sign that he would lose his blood, his child.
But who is this woman, and what did Alina's father do to her?
A family bound him and that woman. Was he married before you?
Yes.
And I feel that you also had a relationship with him even before his marriage to this woman.
Yes, we dated for 5 years. Then he went to serve in the army, and I waited for him. And he brought a new fiancée back from the army. He said she was pregnant. Well, I said, it's a serious business then. And I turned around and left, that's all.
The man told Alina that his children would never grow up without a father, and soon married Yulia.
But then they stopped living together.
Did he leave her for you?
Yes.
Halina tried to convince her husband to return to his pregnant wife and begged him not to leave her and their child, but he said he would not live with Yulia anyway. He only heard about his daughter from his mother, who occasionally visited her granddaughter.
This woman dreamed of getting her man back.
She tried to get him back through magic. I see a photo of your Ole, and it's being pierced with a knife.
My mother-in-law saw that photo.
Ole's mother found the spoiled photo at Yulia's house during one of her visits.
But Yulia failed to enchant the man. She tried to persuade him to return to her. She says, "Come back, I gave birth to your daughter." And he replies something like, "So what? Halina will give me a daughter too."
With the help of magic, she condemned Galina's daughters to death.
I see that Yulia died when she was young.
She was about 30 when she died.
And almost all of her family is gone because of that.
Later, Ole's mother revealed off-camera that Yulia's second husband, brother, and mother all died one after another.
But I saw a girl who stayed alive.
Her daughter lives.
Ole didn't take this child with him after her mother's death. And the girl was only 12 then. He didn't need her, just like he didn't need Alina. Yulia's spirit is holding a headscarf with an embroidered pattern of a hand and a flower.
A headscarf? Wait a minute.
Alina suddenly recalls that her mother-in-law saw something similar at Yulia's home.
Hands and a flower. She said she saw them embroidered.
I see this headscarf being buried in the ground.
Wait. There is one awful ritual when you bury a headscarf with the name of a woman you want to take revenge on in a grave.
Yulia was taking revenge on you. She performed this ritual to bring death on your daughters. To neutralize its effect, I prayed for 2 hours. Alina, you're now safe. The spirit of your daughter is here, Halina.
Sister, we really miss you.
Baby, I love you so much. My sweet, good girl.
You can't build happiness on someone else's misfortune, as the saying goes. A young man has been accused of murdering his elderly grandfather. Who is truly responsible for the horrifying act? Don't miss out. The psychics will reveal the awful truth. Christmas Eve, in a small Ukrainian town, all the locals gathered with their families, singing carols and enjoying kutia. But the next morning, the town was shocked by terrible news.
The gruesome murder of a 74-year-old local resident, pensioner Vladyslav Kucheryavi, was committed in this house. The man sustained 48 stab wounds. His body and face bore numerous injuries. His rib cage and hyoid bone were fractured, and his nose and lip were shattered.
But who would want to harm a mere elderly man? Who could dare to brutally murder someone on Christmas Eve? Panic and fear gripped the town.
It was terrifying. I couldn't sleep properly for many nights after that.
Stanislav spent his entire life in this town, where he worked as a driver. He had 2 daughters, Zoya and Olha. His wife passed away from a stroke. So, for the last 5 years, the man lived alone in this modest house.
Zoya called me and said, "Olha, our father is gone." I can't even describe how I felt. It was as if someone had killed me.
Olha rushed to her father's place, where she found police detectives.
The forensic examination revealed that the man died from traumatic shock and pain.
What Olha saw when she mustered the courage to enter the house is something she still can't bear to recall without tears.
There was blood all over the walls and ceiling.
After the tragedy, Olha suffered a nervous breakdown. She barely speaks now. The news of this cruel murder spread quickly through the town. No one could understand who and why would harm the old man.
We tried to determine if he owed anyone money, or if someone wanted to steal his belongings. None of these theories held up, though.
Nothing was stolen from Stanislav's house. As such, the motive for the murder wasn't robbery. The elderly man had no enemies either. Therefore, the motive for the crime remained unclear.
But Olha was in for another blow. Her son, Serhiy, the victim's grandson, was detained on suspicion of the murder. The police took the man directly from his home.
27-year-old Serhiy Bilodub was detained as a suspect in the murder of his grandfather. According to the investigation, he killed his grandfather due to personal animosity. The grandfather allegedly used to lecture his grandson, which he didn't like, until he eventually snapped.
However, Olha doesn't believe the police. She insists her son couldn't have committed the murder. The young man worked as a construction worker in Kiev and came home on weekends to help his family with chores. He often visited his grandfather and sometimes stayed the night.
Serhiy virtually lived here and was friends with everyone.
The grandfather and grandson understood each other like no one else. Serhiy called him my captain. The grandfather was an ex-serviceman and always gave his grandson wise life advice.
He says, "Mum, I couldn't have done it to Grandpa. This is impossible."
Serhiy has been behind bars for a long time now. Olha says her son is in despair. Every week he writes her letters, repeating, "I didn't kill him."
Serhiy Bilodub was sentenced to 15 years in prison. The accusation was based on the fact that the young man confessed to murdering his grandfather.
It wasn't him.
Olha claims her son was forced to confess. She argues that a 70-kilogram young man couldn't physically overpower his grandfather.
The victim weighed around 100 kilograms and, according to his relatives, was in good physical shape for his age.
Dad used to repeat, "Olha, I'm a paratrooper, nobody can beat me."
But who took the pensioner's life? This question haunts Olha. Every day, as she walks down the street, she looks into the eyes of every passerby, searching for the true murderer. To find out what really happened to her father on Christmas Eve, she turned to Kayal Alekperov for help. The psychic received Olha's letter while in Azerbaijan, visiting his family.
Unfortunately, I have urgent matters to attend to at home and must be with my family. I will try to investigate this matter remotely. I will ask my colleagues to meet with Olha.
Psychics Jana Shulakova and Larisa Mohila, accompanied by her female tarantula, 13, will take on the investigation to help Kayal.
When I tune into the photo, I see a knife swing and an endless number of strikes. There's a mark, a seal on the murderer. It's either a letter or a symbol. Could it be the murderer's name?
For some reason, I see a woman. She stands silently, with her hands covered in blood. And before her lies the body of a dead man. I don't understand the meaning of this vision. Who is the woman? Could she be the one who killed the old man?
Hello.
Please come in. My son is accused of murdering his own grandfather.
Is this your brother?
Yes, my elder brother.
No matter how hard I try to tune into the murderer's energy, I feel like I'm stepping into a world of illusions. I see distorted mirrors changing the images. It's strange. Like some force is distorting my visions, mixing them up, trying to prevent us from tracking down the killers.
Something's interfering. When I try to tune into the killer, some spirit blocks my way. I keep seeing an aggressive man coming towards me, as if he's trying to stop me from seeing clearly.
There's a strange entity near Jana and Larisa. It's like a knight in iron armor. He holds a massive sword covered in blood. He's here to kill. Oh God, he might harm my colleagues.
Who murdered Grandpa? Can you answer it, please?
I feel the energy of a woman all the time.
I don't know. I see the murderer with a...
Oh, Lord. What happened?
Jana, over here.
What?
The vase, it was here, right on this spot. And my photo was here.
This is something mystical. There wasn't anybody in the kitchen, but it looks like someone smashed the vase.
The vase with Olha's photo specifically broke.
This knight in armor is trying to break into the real world. I will now say a prayer so that this knight cannot break into our world.
Who is this knight? And how is he connected to the murder of Olha's father?
The entity bore male energy. I realized that when it noticed I could see it, it got mad.
A man, but I see a woman. A woman is definitely involved in the murder.
I'm ready to bet it's a man. I see a male spirit.
To figure out what really happened, the psychics decide to visit the crime scene. The house where Olha's father lived is now empty. The relatives only come by to clean up, while the locals avoid the place altogether.
I think we should enter.
The house looks eerie from the inside. It's hard to imagine what kind of things happened here.
I can't see anything even here. I just have a red haze before my eye.
It's hard to describe it. When we arrived, the entire house was drenched in blood.
It feels like my colleagues stepped into a beast's lair.
You know, the interesting thing is, before all this happened, it was a peaceful home.
Absolutely. Grandpa was always cheerful.
Serhiy often came here.
Because he felt comfortable here. Interestingly, I can almost see people peering through the windows. They're young.
They're of Serhiy's age, his friends, his company.
It turns out that when Serhiy visited his grandfather, his friends often came too. Could one of them have murdered the elderly man?
Could you please give me more details?
Just a moment. They're looking to see if anyone's home, and maybe they want to take something from this house, steal something.
But nothing was taken from the house. Is it possible that the young men got scared and ran away after the murder?
Your grandfather was open-hearted. Here, have some potatoes, some money, something for you, pal.
Serhiy's friends who visited the victim became too impudent. Stanislav was kind, feeding the fellows and even giving them money. He was such a generous soul. And I saw a vision of them coming to his house again simply to take more money or eat.
They didn't kill him because they're just, they came and left.
We learned from the neighbors that a lot of people constantly came to the victim's house. So, the police questioned everyone who had access to Stanislav's home. None of them were in the house or nearby that night.
It's strange, I don't sense a murder at all.
I can't make out the murderer's image. I still sense a male phantom. Male hands.
No matter what you say, but I saw a female phantom. She carries a burden of guilt.
13 is showing me some movements, pulling me outside.
As soon as we were about to go outside, it was like someone slammed the door shut in front of us. Someone didn't want us to continue the investigation. It felt like someone was trying to trap us. It was that same entity that raged in the apartment and smashed the vase. I was tuning into the energy of the woman I sensed in Stanislav's man's house. Could she be the killer? Why is she all blue, like she was strangled?
Who are you talking about?
Larissa that way. There she is, look. She's sitting under the willow crying.
She's holding her neck, trying to say something but can't.
Whose yard is it?
A young woman was killed here. She was strangled. Her name was Nastya. She was found strangled with tights.
The young woman dated a gypsy man. He killed her out of jealousy. He strangled his fiancée with tights.
Why is she crying?
And why is she showing a mirror?
I see a reflection in it.
It's the image of the man beating her.
The locals told us that this is where Nastya lived with her fiancé, and she suffered from his heavy hand almost daily. He beat her mercilessly.
The spirit of the deceased girl showed me a vision of her looking into a mirror, but in the reflection, I saw Olha. Someone's beating her too.
Vasya.
Vasya is Olha's ex-husband. He's the one who left her with 2 little sons. This is the most painful topic for Olha. Over the years she lived with the father of her sons. She endured so much suffering that not everyone could withstand it.
You forgave him.
Olha endured, believing she had to go through everything for the sake of her children, as they needed a father.
I see children's eyes witnessing this. Serhiy witnessed his father beating you all the time. Is it true?
Yes. I asked him not to do it in front of the boy, but he didn't care.
While Sasha was still little, just a toddler who didn't understand what was happening between his mother and father, Serhiy already grasped everything and somehow took on his father's aggression and his mother's fear. It's terrifying.
I smell alcohol. A glass was often in the man's hands, and it eventually killed him.
Cirrhosis.
She whispers, "Revenge, a sign of revenge," and she points her finger at Olha.
This is incredible, but it seems Olha doesn't understand why the suspicions always fall on her.
I think we should check the cemetery.
When we arrived at the cemetery, 13 went crazy. She jumped off my hand and refused to come back. If only I had understood then what she meant and what she felt, I would have never gone there.
Here's Grandpa.
We need to contact his spirit.
His spirit is not at peace. This only happens in a few cases. Either the murderer is not found, or the spirit has an unfinished mission in this world.
But what does all this mean? Is the man's murderer still walking the streets of the town? And is Serhiy, this woman's son, serving an unjust sentence? But who is the beast who ruined 2 lives at once?
Hush, hush. Come sit down. Oh my goodness.
You're involved.
But why?
Why? What? Quiet, quiet. Have some water. Feeling better now?
Wait.
Is it normal?
It's the spirit.
Is he aggressive?
He possessed me and said she was involved.
Mom didn't do anything.
I never murdered anyone.
It seems neither Sasha nor Olha herself understands what the clairvoyant is talking about. Could the daughter be involved in her father's death?
I tried to contact Stanislav's spirit so he could finally tell us what happened. But he only wept and said, Olha didn't kill me. No, my mother is not the murderer. It seems Grandpa is angry and accusing her of something else, but not the murder.
The entity that tried to chase us out of the apartment when the vase broke, the one that possessed me, appeared as a man. And I realized it was Olha's deceased husband, and for some reason, he was in a knight's armor, with a bloody sword in his hand. He's showing me visions of someone doing something and not being properly punished for it. And you seem to approve of it. He's showing me some grass, a bunch of it in his hand, and says you knew about it. You knew, but did nothing.
Could that grass be hemp?
The grandfather's spirit came to me. He wants to talk, and he says that Serhiy used some kind of drug, and his mind was often clouded. But what's most terrifying, Olha did nothing to stop her son from using it.
You did nothing to stop him from smoking.
This is horrible. The boy got into trouble because of his stupidity, and his grandpa had an argument. The old man reproached him about the weed, explaining how bad it was. He was teaching Serhiy.
It turns out Serhiy and his grandfather did argue about marijuana and alcohol. So, could one of their conflicts have led to the fatal outcome? And did Serhiy really kill his grandfather?
If they had kept an eye on him in time, there would have been no weed or arguments with the grandfather. I see another argument.
A celebration, a drinking party, Christmas. The grandfather went to bed, and the grandson walked around until morning. Then the grandpa woke up, saw the state his grandson was in, and started shouting. Serhiy promised his grandfather he wouldn't drink or smoke weed. But on that Christmas Eve, he came to visit his grandfather and broke that promise. Of course, the grandfather got angry, and then something terrible started happening, something I'm afraid to even mention.
The grandfather's spirit says that Serhiy became the knight in armor who tried to break into our world today. The knight was his father, a cruel man who abused Olha. After his death, his spirit didn't calm down and tried to harm his wife again. And he succeeded. On that Christmas Eve, when Serhiy was no longer controlling his mind, the knight with the sword possessed him.
It's as clear as noonday that Serhiy is guilty. You see how much filth he witnessed in his life? Let's start from his childhood. The beating by the father.
Yes.
The man beat you, right?
Right.
He saw it and it influenced his psyche. Then came the company, the weed.
Yes.
Alcohol, quarrels, fights.
I always told them to go away. Always.
I saw a vision. It was the murderer's hand with some kind of mark. A letter C. It was the hand of Serhiy, Olha's son. He had a similar tattoo.
Sergei tattooed the first letter of his grandfather's nickname, Captain. But his passion for drugs and alcohol led him to kill the man he loved so much.
I am to blame here.
Be strong.
Thank you.
It's a horrifying example of what alcohol and drug abuse can lead to. A terrifying secret hidden by an ordinary-looking house. Why is a poltergeist hunting a mother and her son? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a shocking murder. 29-year-old Valya, from a small Ukrainian village, has reached out to the psychics. The woman works as a nursery maid, and she's panicked by her own home. She says some invisible, sinister force is trying to drive her family out of there.
I felt the touch of icy hands, like someone was holding me.
I was cooking here. I took out a plate, and it knocked it out of my hands, and the plate broke. I got scared because something hit my hand hard.
All the things in the house have a life of their own, and the clocks are doing something devilish.
They started going counterclockwise. It's a really bad sign.
Valya suspects that something otherworldly has settled in her family house.
I was sleeping and felt something choking me, grabbing my throat. I woke up because I was coughing.
The same thing is happening to the other members of the family at night.
I woke up feeling someone watching me. It felt like someone was standing at my feet.
I couldn't see its face, only a black shadow standing there. I closed my eyes in fear and...
In the morning after these terrible dreams, bruises and scratches appear on the woman's body.
Here, and on my legs. All my legs were blue.
One day, Valya saw her own reflection in the mirror, but it was so terrifying that she almost died afterward.
There was a silhouette of an old woman. Her hair was gray, and she was all wrinkled.
After such a terrifying vision, she was urgently hospitalized.
My blood pressure soared. They thought I wouldn't survive. It's awful. It's simply awful.
Valya is desperate.
I'm even afraid to tell someone that something like this is happening to me, so people don't think I'm crazy. I even got a certificate that I'm not insane. And a doctor examined me.
The last straw was when this inexplicable mystical force almost killed Valya's 12-year-old son, Vitya.
My son was playing with his friend. Here on the floor, they were playing chess. When they stepped away, a piece of the ceiling suddenly collapsed with the wallpaper and everything. It collapsed right where they were sitting. What if they hadn't stepped away? I wouldn't have survived it.
The woman even called a priest to bless her house, but the horrors didn't stop. So now the hope is only on the psychics.
I can't go on living like that.
Tarologist Yana Pasinkova and sorcerer Andrii Satanenko, who works with blood, hearts, skulls, and animal brains, took on the case. However, for us, the main thing is not the means, but the result. So, the psychics head to Valya's house.
Why do you need this?
This morning, I was praying to my master, asking him to help me. And this skull fell off the shelf. This is a dog's skull. Out of 100 roads, a dog will always pick the right one.
All right, let's see. A woman in blood. What is happening to Valya is because of this woman, and the connection goes through a child.
Stop the van.
Andrii, where are you going?
A woman comes out to meet the psychic. But who is she?
My master sent me to you. Do you serve him?
Yes.
Don't give up your service. My master brought me to this house because that woman is possessed. She delivered a message from him. She said, "Look for the woman in the white mask. She knows more than she says. Find this woman and remove her mask."
It's unbelievable.
But who is the masked woman, and how is she related to the mystical occurrences in Valya's house? By the way, half the village has already gathered here.
Hello.
Hello.
We are begging you to help us.
You are a beautiful woman, but you are lonely. Where is your child's father? Did you divorce him?
Yes.
Valya's son is her only support. She divorced his father 8 years ago. She says he was her first and only love, and the biggest disappointment in her life.
People envied us because we lived very well.
Until her husband was changed by alcohol. When drunk, he became a different person. He raged, beat Valya, and later even took a mistress. Valya couldn't bear it.
I took the child and went home. I couldn't stand the humiliation.
Valya was left alone with a small son, without any support. To Valya's joy, her son grew up and started helping his mother with everything.
Andrii, let's start with the house. Do you have holy water? After all the rituals, please wash yourself with the water.
I'm not going in there.
The house was blessed, right?
Yes. On Epiphany.
I need to know about such things in advance. If the threshold is blessed, I won't step over it. I will have to work only in the yard.
All right, sit down, please. This is your property, but you don't live here.
We left it.
It turned out that Valya, along with her mother and son, has been renting another place for a month now. However, the family will soon have to return because she no longer has money to pay the rent.
There's evil roaming here. What is this?
It pushed her and she fell and twisted her leg.
I'm shivering. I can't even imagine how you lived here. It feels like someone is holding my leg, and the sensation is physical.
It dragged me off the couch.
It turned out that not so long ago, Valya experienced the same thing that happened to Yana Pasinkova.
Give me holy water and a cloth to wrap my leg. The leg was burning terribly. It felt like some fiery hand grabbed it. I had to stop it somehow. So I wrapped my leg and Valya's leg, which also the same hand had touched, with a towel soaked in holy water.
What kind of force has settled in this ordinary village house? And why is it driving the whole family to despair? Yana Pasinkova and Valya hurriedly go outside.
What's lying in this ground?
I found a cross in the garden, and we also found bread buried there. And coins.
A death curse.
Who did it?
Who wishes you death? It's a woman.
Who is she?
There's something else. I need to check the yard. Just a second.
It's over here.
Could it be a needle? I see it. There it is.
Don't touch it. Stop. Don't touch it.
Give me a tissue.
Oh God. Oh God. It's a great sin.
Somebody give me matches.
Does this mean that everything happening to the family is because of this needle? But who placed it in the yard, and why?
A woman.
She's older than you, a lot older. And there's a man between you. He's older too.
Well, I know who it is. She lives in the neighboring village.
We must go there.
Andrii, I need you to look at my leg. It burns terribly. Look.
It really grabbed you.
I see the fingers.
Yes, it's left by a palm.
I tripped with this foot.
Everyone is in shock. What kind of devilry is this?
My God, I'm so scared to go there.
About 50 people have already gathered near the house where Valya is taking us, and here is the woman she suspects of all her troubles.
Hello? What's your name?
Nadia.
Do you damn her?
I do, and I will continue to damn her.
It's because of your husband.
You intruded into my family. Why did you harass him?
I harassed him? Let him come out and say who harassed whom. Your husband did an indecent thing. He gave me a lift a couple of times. It was his initiative for us to communicate. Little by little, it turned into 5 years.
Stay away from my family.
Nobody's touching your family.
Wait, is she his first mistress?
No, but it's nobody else's business.
He's really old. Who would want him as a lover?
Where is your man? Bring him here. Hello, Petya. Do you understand your guilt?
I do understand it, yes.
Valya is not your first mistress.
Of course not. I've had a long life.
How old was she then? My card shows a child.
When I met her, she was 23.
How old are you?
59.
Anyone would envy such health.
Petya appeared in Valya's life when she was having a hard time in her life. She was going through the divorce with her husband, Vitya's father, who was her first and only love.
I need Valya.
She definitely harassed him.
No, ask him. Why are you asking me?
How dare you talk to me like that? I'll smash your face. Shut up.
Calm down and stop shouting.
He told me you cheated on him.
Did her mother ask you to leave her?
I asked you.
And what did I tell you? I said, okay, and then went away.
Oh yeah? And then you did it again.
Well, the man made a mess.
At that moment, my master gave me a sign again. Find the woman in the mask and remove it. The woman in the white mask knows more than she says. Find the mask and remove it. You are the woman wearing the white mask.
But what do I know?
A woman in a red dress, like blood. She is completely covered in blood.
Who did you kill? Yana, look. A dead child.
Is Valya a murderer of a child? And is what is happening to her and her family a punishment for her terrible sin?
I killed nobody.
The bloodied woman. You and her are connected.
Everyone in the village was shocked. It was terrible.
A hair-raising revelation. It turned out that Valya's brother Serhiy killed his son with his own hands. But what does the woman in blood have to do with it?
The answer to the question was in the child's death itself. So we needed to go to the place where it happened.
It's not far from here.
The locals still remember the tragedy that occurred in this house 5 years ago. The little son of Valya's brother was found stabbed in the house one morning. The boy was only 2 years old.
This is horrible.
My God, it's so awful. Dear God.
It's a bloody murder.
The boy still lives here. Andrii, come over here.
What happened, Yana?
Damn it.
Quiet, quiet.
It's strange, but when Yana mentioned the boy, the stove door suddenly opened.
My leg hurts again. Where's Valya? There was that stove. I spread the cards on the table, and the stove opened.
The boy was found in the stove.
What you felt in the house and here, is it the same spirit?
It's the same spirit. It's a boy, a little boy. He stands. This is what I see. He stands, and it's like he's holding your leg, standing next to you.
When he was little and still alive, he played like that. He said, "Auntie, auntie."
Honestly, I've seen a lot, but this... What they did to your nephew is just barbaric. His head was separated like this skull.
His head was severed.
They severed the head, right?
Yes. And put it in the stove.
And his hands were chopped off.
Hands, legs, and the head.
When the policeman opened the stove and the head fell out of it, he fainted and they barely revived him. He said, "In all my years, I've never seen anything like this."
Valya's 2-year-old nephew and Vera's grandson, Maxim, lived in this house with his parents. One day, the boy disappeared. The entire village searched for him, but the child lay with his head cut off in this stove. His father was blamed for the child's death. People still do not believe that a loving father killed his son, cut off his head, and hid it in the stove.
Who did this? Who's guilty of his death?
My God, the man is your bloodline. And the woman helped him.
Did they both kill him?
He couldn't have done it alone.
She killed the boy.
The boy's father, Serhiy, is serving a life sentence for the murder of his son. The mother, Inna, was a witness in the case and is now free.
The police asked if the mother was looking for the boy. I said no. She only pretended to look for him, but in reality, she did not.
The people suspect that the mother is also involved in the boy's murder. That is why she hurriedly moved away and didn't tell anyone where.
The woman helped him. She seems to have covered up the traces.
The father was drunk. He couldn't have cleaned up all the traces, but the room was clean. And we found drops of blood on the stove. So, he didn't clean it up. Only she did.
Then why was he imprisoned and she wasn't? She doesn't even know where her son is buried. She has never visited his grave.
She didn't come to the funeral. Everyone was there, but she was busy doing some paperwork.
The child lived worse than dogs live.
He went around the neighbors' houses, eating scraps from dogs' bowls because she was always drunk.
The neighbors would tell her, "Come and take your boy because he's around the doghouse, near the bowl."
Why didn't you take him home?
Before this happened, he lived with us for a week. We had a real chance to adopt him, but my husband refused.
I don't get it. The child was your blood, and he was little. You had the opportunity to save him. Do you understand that?
The white mask, it has no emotions. Closed eyes, closed mouth. Yana, do you understand what this is?
It's indifference.
Each one of you is wearing the mask of indifference. I am addressing everyone now. Each of you knew about this family. Who among you did at least something to prevent this from happening? Who?
Who could know this would happen?
Everybody knew.
While we watch someone else's grief, it seems to us that it doesn't concern us.
You have your community. You should help one another.
I wanted to take the boy home. It's been 6 years, but I still can't get over his death. I can't sleep at night or during the day. I constantly think about him. His eyes, face, hands, I remember all of it. The image is haunting me.
And it wasn't an accident that I fell in your house earlier today. His trace remained there.
I keep his umbilical cord and his dummy at home.
The umbilical cord?
Yes, in the cupboard.
In that room?
Yes.
The boy had been giving me signs from the very beginning, and I tripped in Valya's house, right near the place where his umbilical cord was kept in the cupboard. The boy desperately asks to be loved. He needs love, even after death, until his relatives atone for this sin of indifference, which is one of the most terrible sins. No ritual will remove this horror from their home. He returns to avenge you for your indifference. He takes revenge, and believe me, he will also take revenge on his father and mother. They will not live long.
She's already got either syphilis or AIDS. But what do we do?
You need to make amends.
Your future involves serving children.
Adopt someone.
Valya and her mother need to constantly ask for forgiveness from their brutally murdered nephew and grandson. It was their indifference that helped kill the little angel. And now only good deeds, prayers, and repentance can atone for their sin.
Thank you so much.